In today's world, there are hundreds of new AI softwares and websites that are being launched every week. And in this episode, we are going to talk about one of the most sophisticated and elusive criminal organizations in the world, the Carbanak. A group of hackers that have stolen over $1 billion from the banks around the globe. Carbanak. It's a criminal organization that first gained its existence in 2014, or maybe before that. It was reported that they stole over $1 billion from financial institutions around the globe. The group was well known for their sophisticated hacking techniques and ability to evade law enforcement to the extent when there was a proper scrutiny done for the case, even experts thought that it's some kind of a cyber attack from one country to the other. In the middle of the night, in Russia, 2014, when everybody was having a sound sleep, one of the Kaspersky Lab employees receives a call from one of the Russian bank executives, and he quotes that this person was extremely stressed out from his experience and insisted on a personal meeting. The bank official believed that his phone might have got bugged and his bank's domain controller was sending automated emails and messages to an unknown server in China. A bank's domain controller is one of the most sophisticated servers, and in case anyone has access to the domain controller, he can access everything starting from banking messages to customer data and even send huge amounts of money using the Swift banking system. So, if nobody knew how the domain controller was sending automated emails and messages to unknown servers around the world, it was a major issue and reason for worry, and hence the Kaspersky Lab specialists went to work. They started analyzing every bit of hardware or software connected to the network of the banking system, starting from cell phones to computers and every other device. They found out that some of the computers in the bank had one of the screen sharing softwares installed, but on inquiring the bank executives, nobody knew who installed that software. Now, we will tell you the phases and the timelines of how this attack was plotted, planned, and executed. Let me tell you one of the most used techniques of hacking, which is called phishing. But in this case, what was used is also known as spear-phishing. In this, any hacker tries to mimic to be a customer or a business for the bank and tries to send a legitimate email to the banking officials, thus mimicking any existing customer or business from the database. Now, usually these kind of emails have an attachment which can be a Word file, an Excel file, a PowerPoint file, or even images and videos. So once the banking officials opened these files, immediately an auto-deployable script started installing a software at the backend wherein the hackers could gain access in real time to see what the banking officials were doing. Now here begins the next phase. From the previously infected PC, the hackers now started to infect the other PCs and started searching for the admin PC. Once they were able to trace the admin PC, they started installing multiple programs and backend processes in the admin PC, thus trying to make it slow, and expecting that someone would call the IT department, and that's what exactly happened. When the IT department tried to fix the PC which was slow, they ended up doing nothing but only compromising the admin password, thus giving the hackers complete access to every system within the network of the bank. Thanks to one simple program, which is also known as keylogger, which records every keystroke, gave the hackers the access to all the passwords that was typed by the IT department while they tried to fix the infected PC. And now, the hackers gained access to the bank's network, the customer database, the financial systems, and started watching every action, movement, and protocol that the bank followed, just like a shadow employee. They started to learn everything and every process that the bank follows for making payments, transactions, interacting with their customers, or even internal audits. The next step would exactly sound like a Hollywood movie. The hackers impersonated some of the high-ranking banking officials and used the SWIFT banking system to transfer huge amount of money to their accounts. They further transferred money to their own bank accounts using the bank's e-payment system, and then further transferred that money to other bank accounts across United States and China. Now, once these money were further diversified into different bank accounts, these were collected by another group of people who were called money mules. What the hackers did is they used to identify some of the bank accounts which had very less amounts in them, and then inflate them with huge amount of cash, and then ask the money mules to go into a particular ATM and hence collect the cash and leave the difference. Now, since the hackers had access to the entire banking system, they could even program the ATMs of their choice to spit out the money whenever they wanted. This was a huge challenge for any of the banking systems to act against, and hence the CEO of Kaspersky Lab also found out that these were not isolated attacks. There were also cases registered with the Europol, and hence they formed up a team to countermeasure these kind of attacks and named their organization as the Joint Cybercrime Action Task Force, also known as the JCAT. The team had to scan the entire internet to find out where exactly is the Carbanak server located, and just after 2 days of their search, somebody responded from the Carbanak server by mistake, and hence it was found that the server is located in Netherlands, which had the best IT resources and also connectivity with the rest of the world. Once they located the server, they found out the horrifying truths of where the Carbanak attack was planned and launched. Not only Russia and other European countries were impacted, but also India, Bangladesh, Nepal, some of the African countries, and also the United States were under similar kinds of attacks launched by Carbanak. After the JCAT team found out some of the techniques and the methodologies that the Carbanak group used, few of the arrests were made in the European countries, and the first one being in Taiwan. Upon investigating the money mules, it was found that the entire Carbanak operation was headed by a Ukrainian computer specialist who was supported by two of the mafias, one from the Russian origin and the other one from the Moldovan origin. They were eventually arrested. However, Carbanak is constantly evolving organization, always adapting to new technologies and security measures. They are known for their patience and their ability to wait for the right opportunity to strike. Despite the efforts of the law enforcement agencies, Carbanak continues to operate and evolve their tactics. But the fight against this cybercrime group is far from over. Governments and financial institutions are working together to find ways to prevent these attacks and bring the criminals to justice. This is the story of Carbanak, a criminal organization that has left a trail of destruction in its wake. But with the right strategies and technologies, we can fight back against these cyber criminals and protect our financial systems from harm.